Шановні колеги, будемо починати за 1 хвилину. Шановні колеги, ми продовжуємо роботу.
Esteemed colleagues, we continue our work. The topic is the study of programming within free of charge IT, optional courses for 9-11 years old children. Our guests are Kyrylo Savchenko, organizer of initiative Academiya Koduvannya, Gennadiy Plis, first deputy head of Kyiv City State Administration, Yaroslav Boiko, coordinator of the initiative Kyiv Smart City. Also, Oleg, Garyaga, head of the Shevchenko district administration, and Nelly Ustych, director of the school number 61 in Kiev. Good afternoon, colleagues. The first one, Kyrylo Savchenko. Good afternoon. I was introduced, and that is why I would like to start from saying that I would like to describe why we started working on that. We all know what's the situation now, how quickly the world is developing. All journalists are writing that Ukraine needs to catch the last train of fourth technological revolution. The result of that is new professions which are related to programming. But the system of education, both Ukrainian and international, they cannot catch up with such changes. And that is why we suggested to set up the programming courses for children, because our children is like an intermediary stage, but we started these courses, and now we have more than 100 children who graduated them. We have 7 groups who are learning that. 25 children are in Kyiv Smart City hub, and we believe that we need to do that for schools as well, because schools allow to include more children. They allow us to change the system of education. This will be optional course now. And we also would like to introduce new systems of education in Ukrainian schools. First of all, these should be the processes of unification and we will be trying to implement all these innovations in our school. That's it. Now I would like to give the floor to Gennadiy Plis. Good afternoon, esteemed guests. The project is very interesting. I'm pleased to be here. In the past, I was the programmer. I started studying programming when I was the first-year student at the university. Now we'll be teaching children of 9/11. 5 years passed since I started and then defended the dissertation. But our children, if they start at 9 or 11, they will be able to defend their thesis, doctorate thesis at 15. When I started learning, that was C++, data separate, processes separate. And now, when we are managing some entities, when I manage some entity, I think in the category of programming. Every function is to be clearly described, and that helps me. So I hope the children who will start learning it from early age, they will be able to think structurally. It's a pleasure that this project will be implemented in school number 61 in Milnikova Street. That is our like a showroom for the city. It all starts from Kiev, but soon we'll be saying it all starts from Milnikova Street. If this project is successful, then we will scale it up to all the schools of the city. First of all, I would like to thank the initiators, the volunteers, Kyiv Smart City, Academy of Encoding, and I'm sure that there are many of them, Academiya Koduvannya. And I thank you that you are helping our city to develop, and we are doing everything we can. This year, we allocate 1,100,000,000 hryvnias, which is twice more than last year, for education. 30% of the budget goes for education. That's one of the highest indicators in Europe, basically. And this sector is our priority, and I'm happy that 55% of external tests 50% of our graduates, they speak foreign languages already. And I'm sure that that's not just because of us, but thanks to volunteers. And I'm happy that people are thinking not just about some perspectives, but they're thinking about where to get resources. And they started at crowdfunding platform.
Із перспективою і з ресурсним забезпеченням.
And it's a pleasure that this project will be a success, because they think of everything needed for the success. Thank you, and I wish you success again. We're ready to help you. Thank you, Yaroslav Boiko. Good afternoon. I will tell it in such a way. This project has three main factors. First, methodology is piloted, it's clear, and we have seen how it has been happening in Kyiv Smart City Hub. Methodology is great, children are happy, and they are receiving new high-quality knowledge, just playing a game. And IT component is the component of every profession. Medicine, whether you are the doctor or architect or a person who's engaged in own business, IT will be part of absolutely every profession. That is why we need to give the chance for children to receive this knowledge when they are in the first, second year. That's easier than maths, and this could be started as we should start teaching it as we teach ABC. Then the second factor, I would like to thank the city, the school, because we are working on how to make this street, Melnikova Street, urbanistic.
Достаточное количество голосов и участвовали. Ходим в школу и даем возможность.
We allow to develop new skills, new models of behavior in schools, and that's very important. And the third factor, we invite business.
Детей, потому что дети Киева — это будущее.
Children of Kiev, these are those who in the future will work for you, will work in the companies. And the sooner our children get new skills, the sooner they will be able to develop them. It's like you come to the university and you start learning ABC. But if we know that from the first class in school, then we just use it.
Также в кодировании, то есть если мы в первом классе дадим возможность детям принципы, алгоритмы.
The same with encoding.
Вот, поэтому мы ни в коем случае не должны ограничивать возможности наших детей. Мы подчеркиваем, что сейчас это будет в форме.
This will be optional course now. If everything's fine, then in the future we will develop it and scale up to other schools. Thank you, Oleg Garyaga. Thank you, the director of the school. Thank you, the city, because the city is open for everything. Thank you, the volunteers who develop the methodology and who participate free of charge.
Олег Гаряга.
I invite Mr. Oleg Garyaga to the microphone. Good morning. I'm happy to be here today as part of this team. And I'm also happy that our district, Shevchenkovsky district, had become the platform for innovations and for innovative experiments. School number 61 is located on Melnikova Street, where the Smart City project is now being implemented. And now I am happy that this very project on special IT education had become part of this project. And actually, children, pupils of this school, they will benefit much from this project. On the other hand, the school number 61 is specialized in IT technologies. It is the most prepared to do the pilot project about IT education and programming. On the other hand, when I recollect my childhood and basic language of programming from my childhood, and I recollect how beneficial it was, beneficial for my mind, for shaping up my mind as a child. So I am very grateful to Smart City for this useful, this very beneficial component in education of our children. Ukrainian IT experts are considered to be among the best experts in the world. Today Melnikova Street leads to the former motorcycle plant, which now is turned into IT hub, and we also here we have three schools. One of them is based on French and delivers French experience of training with the cases. I believe that all this contributes to one purpose, to train our pupils and young children in IT programming. Also, I would like to use this opportunity to thank two volunteers. Smart Child means smart city and contributes to the smart country, and that is what we strive to achieve. Miss Nelly Ustych, I would like to thank to the Kyiv City and the Academy of Coding, and explain why this initiative is important for us. Our specialty is studying a profound studying in IT technologies. But as of today, we do not have any standardized ministry program on IT education. The material base in school is sufficient, but not the best, not the perfect. Although we managed to improve it considerably due to the city investments and sponsors' contributions. I think that IT technologies are state-of-the-art science, and even those who would not deal with the IT sphere in the future, nevertheless, they will benefit from it. We have the Scratch program, Scratch software, which is studied in grade 3, that is among 8-year, 9-year pupils, but we have only 8 hours of this software training, but they can do better. They study algorithms in primary school, then from 5th grade in secondary school they study foundations of programming, and I think that this initiative is very useful in terms of the content of education. Thank you very much, dear colleagues. Whether you have any questions? Andriy Melka, Concord. My question, my comment, 75.
Інколи за дітей вирішують батьки. Чи є якісь методики відбору дітей, яким...
Whether you have any selection process which allows to understand who is the most talented or the most gifted from children who come to your school or to your program. Thank you for your question. Our training course is optional, and this is very important. We should not force children. We should allow children to choose what to do, whether to play football in the street or to study programming. And So the main approach here is to demonstrate to children that there is such an opportunity to study IT, to study programming. If they find it interesting for them, they may continue. I think that the interest and IT technologies are basics of all today activities.
Швидше працював. Все, одне й те саме завдання. І що ти робиш? Написав, пішов знову по програмі, що можна оптимізувати, що можна оптимізувати. Я оптимізую.
Children should be able to be efficient.
Я пам'ятаю, що мені простіше в шахмати грати, ніж програмувати. Тому що я лягаю спати.
Programming is useful for children's minds as a chess playing. And programming is becomes very attractive for those who who learn how to do this.
Слідує кругом. Коли я прийшов працювати з початку своєї кар'єри, я не мог залишити це програмування. Я кругом вважав, що все це має бути автоматизовано, все має бути, якщо воно 2 рази повторилось, то треба окрема процедура, формалізована. Це трохи, як кажуть, здвіг по фазі. Тому мені здається, що заохочувати щось там, воно не потрібно. Хто це
We do not need to force children to do anything. Our idea is to select just those children who have passion about programming. We only wish to prevent that children are forced to attend the classes. If they, in course of study, they find that they do not like it, they are free to leave. On the one hand, I believe that we may test children to understand who have better better abilities. On the one hand, we have to test whether they have a sufficient amount of memory and they are able to understand. We have a STEM program, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And we would like to add the arts. This will be we will create such a lab where we will test children trying to understand their abilities, their capacity in different subjects and spheres of knowledge. And in our district administration, we work in this direction. When we should introduce gadgets to schools. That's why this course will be optional and will allow children to select.
Zhebrovsky Alexander. I have 2 brief questions. First, how long will this program last?
До обіду, да? Є якийсь такий визначений термін, наскільки вона
For how long is it designed? And the second question, what's the principle of selecting schools? I understand we start from school 61. But what about other schools? How will you be selecting schools? Those that want to participate, or will you be taking the schools which are at a certain level of prestige? Every year we publish the rating. Maybe we should look at the rating and start from them. There will be many who want.
В мікрофон, будь ласка.
Ну, якщо у нас є рейтинг і
Once we have the rating and we have those who are in the end, do we start from those who are in the bottom? Or maybe those who are the best? My personal approach, I would start from those who are best. We need to have leaders, and we need to work for leaders. And they will catch up. We shouldn't adapt the level of education to those who are down there. We need to look at the first ones.
в космос. Тому в цьому випадку, як кажуть, я думаю, що подивимося, як його розповсюджувати. А що стосується кінцевої точки, то мені здається, успішний кінець. До успішного кінця будемо рухати.
Щодо термінів, то зараз 2,5 місяці, але зрозуміло, що для факультативу шкільного ми будемо адаптувати цю програму і збільшувати час.
Дякую. Чи є ще запитання, колеги? Якщо питань немає, на цій ноті будемо завершувати. Дякую.
Okay, thank you. All the best to you.
Шановні колеги, наступна подія о 12-й.